Are you going on a cruise in 2026? My ultimate guide covers your must-have cruise ship essentials to pack for a seamless vacation, from high-tech cabin hacks to the best 2026 travel gear. I will list out 26 of the top-rated cruise packing list items that will save you space, time, and money while you're out at sea. Whether you're going on a Caribbean excursion or a European cruise, these cruise travel tips ensure that you are prepared for every scenario, including the latest phone protection and cabin organization secrets. The first section is cabin organization and power. In 2026, there are hardly any outlets still in cruise ship cabins. And the new rule is you can bring a power strip like this because of all the electronics we pack as Americans or this generation. It must be non-surge protecting kind, or else it will be banned in like when you're boarding. If you sleep with a CPAP machine, in our ship here on the Celebrity Excel, brand new in 2026, there is only one outlet on one side of our beds. I'm with one of my friends, so we have two twin beds and there's only one outlet. The other one is in the den area of our cabin. So I suggest a non-surge protectant power strip that is 4 feet long or longer if you have that. Number 2 is a fan in case your ship has no airflow, especially if it's not based in the US. Some of the foreign ones do not need flow. Americans need flow. And here are 2 times that I have needed a fan. After you've gone dancing at night, you did not expect to go dancing on this cruise ship whatsoever, but here you were dancing. Or when you're coming back from an excursion, the air is still on in our new ship, but it's gotten warm if the shade was left open and gotten sunny, warm from the sun. It takes about 10 minutes for it to cool back down to my midlife over 50 need of cool air immediately. The number 3 item I am so glad we brought on our cruise ship in 2026 is little pieces of Scrabble magnets. Each letter is a magnet. It comes to you from Amazon in a zipped package. I will have it in the ... more paragraph right below this video with everything else. We decided to put our Scrabble magnets in the hallway, and I have the least amount, like 100. I suggest you get more if you are near the middle of the ship. We're at the back end of the ship, so not a lot of people see our Scrabble wall. It's just fun for passengers to have fun with. One travel tip is that your walls are magnetic, but so is your ceiling. So if you are going on a cruise ship trip in 2026, bring streamers that are flat to pack in a carry-on suitcase and put your magnets on the ceiling to drape it across, okay? It's not going to be near the water thing in case of fire. It's going to just add some fun or right above your bed just for fun. One packing tip for airport security is that I didn't know if they were going to see this big bulbous ball of magnets. So I made sure I had them in a sandwich bag around the perimeter of my suitcase or just inside your personal item bag to make the airport security machines see them more clearly. There is not a lot of wall space, and because you're going to be having a damp swimsuit, damp cover up, maybe hats, I suggest having those magnets to stick them on your wall. These type are kind of new and they maneuver. They say they hold like 30 pounds, but I will put 2 of them beside each other for my beach bag, and I'm going to show you that later. And 2 things that I wish I had packed and I forgot. Inside your cruise ship cabin, I suggest a motion sensor night light. You don't want to light up the night at 2 a.m. with your night light. So get one that is off until you start to get up, because nowadays the shades or the curtains keep your room pitch black at 2 a.m. And in our Celebrity Excel, our vanity in the bathroom does have lighting underneath when it is dark. So once you get in there, it's fine. The next section of travel essentials for a cruise includes laundry, snacks, and first aid. Okay, here's my travel tip. Instead of packing laundry sheets that would be for detergent in a full load of laundry, you're going to cut it in half. They're dry, and you're going to wash your undies that you need for the 10th day to go back home, or a t-shirt or something like that that has sand all in it that you were not expecting in the sink of your cabin. That half of a sheet, cut it at home, and even cut it into thirds. Test how much you need. But that's one way to save space and not have to pack liquid little packets of the Tide detergent, which I've done lots of times. This Tide pen saves the day on any vacation. An emergency room nurse viewer told us that this takes out blood. So I always have this. You shake it up, you press it onto maybe a coffee splatter or gelato or a specialty coffee drip that got on your shirt, and it lifts the stain almost instantly. Another item I would bring is a sandwich bag for snacks or some kind of leftover that you do not want to get dirty on the counter or inside the fridge. They do have to-go boxes, which I left mine in one of the after dinner places, and it was steak that you paid for. So mad. This little thingy, especially for my Canadian friends or anybody who is traveling in the winter. They are waterproof, stretchy bandages. And here is why: because you have not worn those new beach shoes and you may have sand get in between your toes or in your feet that could rub a blister. Number two, you have not worn those sandals or those beach shoes or pool shoes in months. So you might start getting a blister, and you can see when I was in the sand, they are waterproof and they stretch. Highly recommend them. And do not forget to pack these little sandwich baggies that zip. You get a whole set of 35. I use them for several things, but on a cruise ship, you could use them for pills that you need to take with lunch during an excursion, or your waterproof bandages. Next, I want you to pack a pharmacy in a pouch like this, or a little sandwich bag that you have. Avid cruisers never rely on the ship's medical center. One, because it's expensive, and two, so many germs are there. So you're going to pack a mini pharmacy. And here's what I mean. Like if you get motion sickness, have your medicine that works for you, like Bonine or the C-bands that people wear. Stomach relief items that work for you. And the next is pain relief for like Tylenol, Advil, Mucinex. I was really glad I packed Nasonex, because by that third day, you've been around crowds of people this close trying to get those waffles at breakfast. And so you've got some drainage going. It just helps. I also pack eye drops in there because of the water, the salt, the wind, being outside on the blowing, beautiful vacation that you worked your butt off for. So you don't have to worry, pack those. The next section is a quick list of clothing and packing solutions for a cruise vacation. I pack and carry-on luggage usually for the first time ever. I have checked a suitcase, y'all. It's like a 9-day trip, and they made us dress up every night. This friends of Elvie's that I was with, I know none of them. I just came as her roommate. I checked a carry-on size suitcase, okay? I don't own checked luggage. But anyway, this is a compression cube. If you do pack in carry-on luggage, they compress the air. I've tried it without it. This is my trick. I use this for my dirty laundry in my drawer, because all of your suitcases are under the beds. One of the most versatile travel outfits for a vacation is having patterned shorts or pants. Look at the colors in these shorts. They're 5 inches long, by the way, very high quality. They are mid-rise, great colors. Look at all the colors I could wear with this. The night before the cruise, I wore a black sweater with these shorts and my wedge sandals that looked elevated enough for a beach restaurant. You could wear them with a t-shirt to go grab coffee, wear them to a less dressy restaurant with a nice top or a nice blouse. I highly recommend this 2-piece set. It is gorgeous and absolutely flattering. It does not wrinkle. Look how stretchy the back elastic is. It's got this almost textured look to it, so it does not wrinkle. And the front is flat, and you can wear the tank top or blouse out or tuck it in. But this is why I love it. This tie right here, you tie it in a bow below your belly. So it kind of lengthens you, but these cropped pants just sashay so beautifully. Oh my gosh, this is a must have that I will wear forever on every vacation, I think. This beach dress has two different ways to adjust it. It is not see-through either. You tie it around your neck, and then the straps over your shoulders are adjustable. So you can pull it up as far as you need to, and here it comes up. This is flattering. It does not cling. It comes in like a million colors. This is the black sweater that I wore with these shorts, and I'm also wearing it. It crosses like that for a high neck look. I wore it with a strapless bra. And this is the second time I've shown these. I wore them in Cabo 2 years ago. They're wide leg, but they're a flattering, draping, sachet type of pant. And look how wide that stretchy waistband is. Oh my word. But depending on the color that you get, you will be able to wear it with a t-shirt and just some ruddy sandals to go grab coffee or do lunch. I have to mention this hat. I wore it on a very, very windy ferry ride. It stood up to the test. I feel like I have a large head. Remember, I'm 5'8". I'm also hard-headed, but this is the size medium and it has fit. The large was just a little bit too loose. I wore this sweater in the airplane by Quince with the gold buttons. I think it's very nautical. It's warm enough, but it's got structure. And look at this. It does not drape down under your armpits. So it's a sweater cardigan that fits. You can wear it on top of white, navy, like double this, or inside the airplane for a travel outfit. These are my wedge sandals, my second pair. They're only like 2 inches high. They give you such a solid step, and I wish you could see all the little pads that are inside that shoe. They are so incredibly comfortable. I told people last year that I think I could walk around Europe all day in these sandals. They are that comfortable, but I really like the angled part here. That's why I bought this second pair with the angle part. I think it's more flattering in lifting your leg. My travel outfit tip to every woman out there: if you are not wearing tights or pantyhose, thank God we don't have to wear those anymore. But if you are not wearing those, have a shoe that is your skin tone. It lengthens your body, even if your pants are black, even if your pants are bright red or bright blue. Wear a neutral shoe. Here's my newest swimsuit. It's just so fun. Look at those colors. It is a one piece. It does not have any tummy control, but it has this ruching on the side, which I think helps. And the front kind of drapes somewhat. I bought it. I don't care if my tummy pokes out. I love those colors. This is my first swim dress. Look at those fun colors too. And it has the regular swim bottoms, the nice little slit right here on one of your legs, which pops through when you're walking. The back does go down a little bit. Very comfortable. They're both true to size. And here are the holy grail. They're so incredibly high-waisted with tummy control. These black bottoms I wore with this tankini suit that is wired. Those bottom bikini pieces are full coverage as well. This comes in several colors, wide straps that are adjustable if you need that. Here's another shoe that I think is great because it is waterproof. It is sand, like sand got all over it after I was at the beach the other day. If you do not like a thong kind of shoe, like flip-flop or sandal with that, these are a great alternative. You can hose them out. Here are my new beach shoes by Reef. They should pop up in the shopping sticker down here in the corner of the video, or I will have them in the ... more paragraph with everything. They're Reef, so they're completely waterproof. I love that they are Velcro closure. I cannot wear just flip-flops to the pool or to a beach. I will not be able to walk the next day. I have to have a strap. Fantastic. One travel tip is that you need a hanging out outfit for two different times, especially. Number one, going to get coffee just if you want to drink it in your room. And number two, that in between activities time during your cruise, after your excursion and before you have to go to dinner. Another travel tip is to pack one shoe with multiple wears. Like I could wear those wedge sandals with these shorts. I can wear them with these shorts and a t-shirt and not feel dressy. They're casual enough, but I can wear them with a dress. Here are the extra things that I brought on my cruise ship trip in 2026. Number one, this multi-use brush. It's from the BK Beauty line, the Dark Headed Girls brush. This foundation brush is for foundation, powder, bronzer, and it can do blush. It can put eyeshadow all over my eye if I need to. This Lancome CILS eyelash primer helps your mascara come off at night more easily, but this is what I noticed. In the cruise ship pool, when I went under and at the beach, my mascara didn't like run and have raccoon eyes. Magic. This, instead of bringing a comb, this is what I bring because it's a seashell shape. It's a brush. I used it going to Hawaii in the really long flight, at the end of the long flight, and it just is compact like that. It's a good gift for your girlfriends if you're going on a girls trip. For women over 40, because those hairs to pluck come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're 2 inches long. This is a tiny travel essential tweezer for women. So cute. I've gotten so many compliments on this bracelet stack set. They go with every color under the sun, and they have the really fun colors too, like 20 different ones to choose from. Color beaded necklaces were on trend last year and they are back again. I wore this on top of my blue linen dress to go get coffee and do some work upstairs. I love it. And it's another good gift to give your girlfriends if you're going on a trip with friends. Do not forget the individually wrapped floss sticks because you will probably have steak or pork chops on your cruise. Just slide this in your little purse. Awesome idea. Here are two different earrings that I get so many compliments on. These I will wear with those shorts. Look how poppy they are. And the creamy white is just so incredibly versatile for so many outfits. And they're super lightweight. They do not add any weight, nor do these bright gold ones. I thought these were really nautical looking, and they go with me on every vacation. Here are two swim cover-ups. This one I've used forever. It's got the 3/4 length sleeves because of the little snap up there with the ruching on the side. It is my favorite part. This is not a super see-through swim cover-up, so you can wear it into a restaurant for lunch. It's long enough for me as 5'8". I'm size large. That's my true size. This is my new swim cover-up this year because of the little knot at the bottom. Can you see it? I was skeptical that it was going to like poke out, but it does not at all. The other ones are solid, but the white and the black also comes in this little, I don't know, this fabric. It's not see-through. I love this thing. So glad I got that. Here's my new beach bag for 2026. You can take it to the pool. Here's why I like it. It zips, it is lined, and that protects it from the sand. I could also fit a full-size beach towel in there. Two things that I forgot to pack for my cruise vacation. Number one, a valet tray to go in the bathroom drawer where I put on makeup. It's just a junk drawer because there is no separation. So I want that valet tray to hold all of my little bracelets and jewelry, and then my makeup can be everywhere else. And number two, I wish I had brought my insulated cup for my hot coffee or my cold fruity drink. All right, enjoy your cruise, and thank you so much for your time, my friends. Have a good one.